Help me out here. What's up, ladies and gents? This is officially episode number 10. Last time I said it was episode 10 and I was completely wrong. It was 9. This is officially episode 10. I'm going to get this right. I've said the wrong episode number so many times. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe just correct me. Yeah. Hi. Welcome back. I'm sure you're looking great today. And if not, who cares, dude? No judgment. I love you. You're welcome here, no matter what. Last episode got some awesome response. It was cool to see people posting about the episode and talking about it. That like kind of blows my mind a little bit. And I've been seeing a few more ladies sharing my stuff and commenting on my stuff. And I want that. I want like equal response and community. Like I want it to be guys and girls and anybody, you know? So, welcome ladies. Welcome boys and men. Hi. Yeah, this is episode 10. So, I am actually interviewing somebody or hanging out with somebody on the podcast tonight. So this might just be the intro to that, but if I go on long enough, that might end up becoming like episode 11 or a bonus episode this week. I don't really know. My friend Christian is going to be coming on the podcast. He is a bald, beautiful boy. He's got the 3 B's, the triple threat of B's, the bald, beautiful boy. And he's a beautiful man. Gosh, he's really sweet, and he's one person that's been encouraging me and just being just a positive force in my life, making me a better man. He just feels so put together. Like his body probably feels that way too, but like I haven't touched it too much yet, but like mostly his like life, it feels put together. Like his apartment is super cool and nice and hip. He's got like a record player and loud circular emitters of sound speakers. He's got some speakers and some really cool light bulbs in there. And so yeah, he's pretty well put together. He's got some fine whiskeys. And he's really good at making drinks. He's a good friend. It's probably a horrible description of him, but he's a great guy, and you'll get to meet him either on this episode or bonus episode. I don't know yet. But yeah. So I'm excited to have him on, and he's been encouraging me to go to counseling, and he gave me a place that he recommended, and I have my first counseling session tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. That's so early. But I just wanted to start now. I kind of have to jump on things really fast sometimes to stay like committed to it. So they said that slot was available, and so I'm doing it. I'm going to counseling tomorrow. I'm nervous, but I think I need it. I definitely need it. So it's gonna be cool. I can't wait to become healthier. You know, I want to take care of my mind and my soul. Because I feel like I do a pretty good job of taking care of like my physical health and eating well and stuff, but I've just been lacking for so many years in the mental health game. So I'm excited because if I'm better, I can make other people better, and I can share. And like I don't know, like you can only pour out so much like before you're empty, and so it'll be nice to like have somebody to pour into me and somebody to be open with and stuff. I don't even know how it works, to be honest. Like all I've seen is movies where people lay on leather couches and kind of look at the ceiling. Oh, dude, when I was a kid, I went to the dentist and I looked at the ceiling when they were working on my chompers, and it looked like bats in the ceiling. Like the little like spackle patterns on the ceiling looked like bats, and that always scared me as a kid. So maybe that's why I brushed my teeth so much as a child, just to avoid those bats. I don't know. That's probably something we'll talk about in counseling. Maybe not. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, God bless. So we got a message, a voice message for the podcast from my friend Eli. I made a really silly video with him for his birthday this past year. It's called Green Screen Minimalism. It's on my channel. If you want to hate yourself, go watch that. So my boy Eli here left 5 messages. So So we're just going to start this, see where it goes. I haven't listened through it yet. But Eli, thanks for leaving a message, buddy. I love you and I miss you, man. And thanks for supporting. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting me by listening to this silly little podcast where I sit in my room and talk. Oh yeah, before we get into the messages, I updated my room. I have like a bunch of foam pads like you can see behind me. There's 4 of them, I guess. They're 2x4 feet, so hopefully they should be absorbing sound a little bit better because my room is just kind of an echo chamber at times. So hopefully that's helping. I think it looks kind of cool too. It looks more like a studio. But yeah, so hopefully it's looking pretty good today and sounding pretty good. And I have my window like kind of open today, so it's kind of like there's some beautiful light coming in. It's a pretty day outside in Nashville. It's been like really rainy. It's been like very Seattle-esque in Nashville, and I didn't know it was like that here in the wintertime. So it's nice. We have some sunny weather today. It's beautiful. Let's jump into Eli's message. I'm gonna have to play this off my phone and then sync up the actual file later, but you guys will hear it just fine.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Eli. So I have a lot that I think I want to say. Not like a lot that's going to be like 50 minutes, but I think this is definitely going to be like in 3, maybe 4 parts. But I just want to say I think what you're doing is really cool. This is the first thing. So I'm loving the whole by yourself, but have been enjoying when you bring people on. I think my favorite was when you brought Zach on here. It was like listening to a second dad, and I swear I could just hear him talk about life again and again. Like, I really think it'd be cool to have him back on here. And yeah, man, I think...
Dude, that's so cool. Thanks, dude. Thanks for saying nice things about this podcast. Yeah, it's fun doing it by myself, and obviously it's easier because I can shoot whenever I want. But I agree, having Zach on here was really, really fun. Having my cousin Josh was fun. I'm trying to do more guests, and I'm guessing at some point it'll become maybe more along the lines of like 2 episodes a week. 1 is me, 1 is a guest. It just depends on like how many people start listening. Like, we have a decent amount of viewership so far. Like, it's a small podcast, but if it grows, then that will give me the ability to invite more guests on. And yeah, that'll be cool. Zach is totally a dad. Let's keep this going. Frick, I gotta fast forward.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Eli.
I suck. Well, we're going to jump to part 2.
So the second part is just wanting to encourage you in what you're doing. Again, I think what you're doing is really cool with just seeing you grow in the YouTube and the podcasting stuff has been super incredible. And it's been really inspiring. Aside from just me, alone, it's been cool to hear how it's been affecting other people. So I just want to say, man, I think you should just keep being you and keep being honest with yourself. I remember talking with you a little about when you were trying to figure some things out and struggling, and I think it's cool to just see where you went from that to where you are now in being honest with yourself. And I think what's even better is I know for myself, it's kind of cool to look up to people who are able to recognize when they are in a wrong or when they're like, man, I messed up somewhere. And I think you just being open about it is truly incredible and super helpful. So I just want to encourage that you keep doing that.
Dang boy. That's inspiring. Holy crap, dude. Man, I'm just going to freaking cry on every episode, I guess. Jeez, man. Yeah, when you were here, I remember we were talking about how I was struggling to decide, like, if I should keep touring and keep being in a band or just quit music and focus completely on freelance and videos. And I decided to start this podcast as kind of a way to, like, vent and just, like, put something out there just to talk about something, because I'm alone a lot, so I just think about things forever. So this is, like, kind of a way for me to, like, share my vision and my mind and my struggles and hopefully connect. And I guess we're connecting, and this is awesome. Like, I want connection. I want to build community. Like, I don't want to just build, like, fans or fame. Like, I really don't care about that. I'd like to make a living on creating art, but the most important thing to me is just, like, sharing this really short life that we get, like, just sharing that with you guys, and hopefully you can share your life with me And I think this podcast is one way we can do that. And we'll figure it out as it goes. But yeah, I feel like I'm doing better since we last talked. Like, I feel like I have some sense of direction, and I've had this like whole master plan that I've been hinting at to you guys. So I'm gonna talk about that whole thing after these messages. Let's just keep this rocking. Let's see what this boy has to say.
I'm starting to get impressed with how much I can fit in a minute. I usually ramble a lot. But this might be two parts. I wanted to encourage Josh, your cousin, a little. So I'm caught up on all the episodes finally. They've been super amazing to listen to in long car rides for me. But I think it was the crotch smoke and dirty diapers episode. I freaking loved. I thought everything about it was super incredible. Just the talk about, Josh trying to get through his dad's death, and just being able to, just raising kids and trying to be in a band it was just a really cool episode. And I think it was a really good thing to hear that. I think just him being open about all that was super cool. And I think he should keep doing stuff like that. He shouldn't be held back by anything that anyone says in a negative way, whatsoever, honestly.
Dude, you are a master at squeezing a minute at a time. That's great, man. Yeah. I mean, if you watched episode number 9, it was called Triggered Christians, and basically I just kind of talked about how after me and Josh did a podcast together where we were drinking some orange juice with a little alcohol in it, a bunch of people from his church got mad at him, I guess, and wanted the podcast taken down and all this stuff, and we're just making him feel like crap. And so I just shared that, and I'm sure Josh appreciates that, man, because he's a really talented artist, and I've already talked about all that stuff, so I don't need to go too far into it, but that's really sweet of you to say that. Let's see what else.
So in regards to people getting upset about it, just something I would love to encourage Josh about is don't let that hold you down. So something I've been learning in my journey is, people are going to have their opinions, and people are going to say what they say, and there's going to be a flesh and a spiritual side to it. So what I've learned to do is to take in what people have to say and try and sort of flesh out the fleshly aspects of it, the anger, the negative emotions you have, but then to bring it to God and, just be like, hey, what parts of this are things I need to take away, and what parts are just me being human and negative about it. And then God will show you what, he wants to show you. And then if it doesn't line up with what they say, then, that's just the way it is. Like, they're going to have to deal with it, honestly.
Look at you speaking wisdoms. Yeah, man, I agree, actually. Like, one thing I feel like I've tried learning in my life is how to, like, take the good parts of criticism and then just discard the bad parts. Because everybody has differing opinions and beliefs, and that's great. It's beautiful. It's fine. I'm pretty bad at criticism because I hate being judged and I hate being told what to do. But that's cool. I'm going to definitely share this with Josh because I don't know if he really listens to all the episodes, but I'm going to share this with him because, dude, this is really cool that I love that. I love that you're just talking to Josh through this podcast, through my cell phone. That's hilarious. Technology. Okay, final part. Here we go.
Okay, so trying to finish my ramble here, I get where the other people are coming from in this sense, and just bear with me, especially those who aren't religious. Being a voice in worship is kind of a very important role, I would say. It's really important because music and worship for us is our way of bringing God and his presence into the area of which we are in with us. And so it is important, that we don't have someone that doesn't exemplify that, but truth be told, man, I don't think you were in a wrong. The other thing is I wouldn't worry about, whether or not it needs to be deleted. Let it be an honest part of your life and show. And I think people will respect that. And you can tell them, hey, that wasn't a part of my life I wanted to share, but this is who I am. And
yeah, that's awesome. It cuts off there. So you didn't squeeze in time. But yeah, I think I understand completely what you're saying. Just, yeah, I don't know, not letting their opinions get him down. And I love, like, I completely am the same way as you in the fact that, like, I won't ever delete that stuff, because there's probably things I'm saying currently in my life that I will totally disagree with in 5 years and 10 years. But if I just start deleting everything that I think is wrong, like might be wrong in the future or something, like, how does that show that I grew in my lifetime? How does that show that I learned anything if I'm just deleting everything? Like, I don't know. I'm sure I'm wrong about a ton of stuff, but when I'm dead and gone, I hope that, I don't know how the future is going to be, but I hope that somebody can access all these silly little files that I've made. Like, maybe that's my kids or my grandkids or somebody in the future after they uncovered Nashville from a sand dune tornado, and they find this beautiful hard drive, and they're like, what the heck? They plug it in, and it's like this weird looking, like, 40-year-old mom guy, haircut boy that has all these podcasts, and they listen to him. They're like, whoa, this guy's kind of dumb. But then they listen to the podcast from when he's like 60 years old, and they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But I want those people in the future, if they listen to me, to, like, see that I grew and that I learned and I did life, because that's honestly how life is for everybody. We learn by mistakes and failures, and it's beautiful. So that's what I'd like my life to be, is hopefully just an inspiration to somebody someday, even when I'm gone. And that's why I love documenting things. I feel like when I make a video and I put a file on a hard drive and copy it over and save it, it's like, I feel like I'm filling up this little treasure box with memories and stories and lessons that I don't even know about yet. Like, hopefully somebody can see my life someday, and be encouraged or inspired or something like that. So, yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Eli. That's so encouraging. This is just, dude, this is so fun. I'm so thankful. Yeah, that's so cool. And yeah, if you're not religious, I hope that you can still get something from this podcast, because I don't like to call myself religious. I'm still figuring everything out too, and hopefully we can just all figure this thing out together, and maybe we're all right. Maybe we're all wrong. Who knows? We probably won't know, but I think we can all relate on some things. We're all humans. We're all alive and just trying to figure life out. So welcome to the Help Me Out Here podcast. Hopefully you enjoy. So let me tell you about this master plan. I've been hinting at it for too long, and by the time this episode is out, it'll almost be March 1st, and March 1st is kind of when this will be in full swing. So I'm just going to tell you now. I feel good about it. So my main thing that I've been talking about for the last month is, like, YouTube is my favorite thing that I do. Like, making vlogs and tutorials and goofy videos, anything that goes on my YouTube channel, I love making, and this podcast as well. And I know most of you listen to this podcast on an iTunes device, but I know that some people watch the videos too, and so I appreciate you. So all those things are, like, what I love to make. I love documenting time and trying to encourage people and make people laugh, or show people my struggles and hopefully encourage them to struggle well. So I've been thinking about it for so long, and it's like, I get bummed that YouTube isn't my full-time job, or I imagine it being my job someday. And then, like, one day it just kind of clicked, and I was like, I got to make this happen. Like, I have to like, I don't want to say force it, but, like, just put in a ton of effort and just grind it out. And I know hustle and grind culture has somewhat of a negative connotation to it, but I think that it can be handled in a healthy manner. And so I'm going to try to navigate that and figure that out on my journey. So here's my plan. And there's actually a YouTube video coming out tomorrow where I kind of talk about this as well in a more goofy, like, quick summarized version with some kind of, like, mariachi style music behind it. I'm excited about it. But I'll just tell you in a long form version. So the plan is, as most of you know, I'm a full-time, like, freelance filmmaker. I direct music videos. I've shot a turd ton of wedding films, and I've enjoyed it, but among this filmmaking journey, I've learned that making like skits and videos is my favorite thing. So I'm going to slow down on freelance and only take the jobs that I really want to take. And I'm not at the point where like I can be picky and make enough money to live. I'm just not. Like, I'm still at the point where I'm like taking everything and just struggling through it and barely paying rent. That's my life every month. It's been like that for the last 4 years. I'm not bitter about it. I realize that the life I've chosen is going to take many years of hard work and grind, especially as a solo dude, especially in an expensive city. It's just going to take a lot of work. That being said, yeah, slowing down on the freelance stuff, and to fill that income gap, I started driving for Postmates. So I'm driving for Postmates like from 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. every single night except Sundays. I'm taking Sundays off of everything just to reset my brain and just have a day. Even on Sundays, I have to force myself to not work because it's like I want to make stuff, but I have to have a reset day. So yeah, I deliver 3 hours a night, 6 days a week, and from the last few days of doing it, I think that I'll be able to make enough money to pay my bills and pay my rent doing that. It's going to be close for sure, but I think I can get by doing like freelance jobs here and there and Postmates. So since I don't start working for Postmates until 5:30 every day, the first like big chunk of the day, I'm waking up early and I'm either finishing an edit on a YouTube video or starting to film another YouTube video or podcast. So I'm doing content like crazy. And the plan right now is to release videos 6 days a week, including the podcast. We're going to see how that goes, but that's what I want to do. I just want to put out an insane amount of content so that this thing grows. Like, I just feel like, I don't know, I just have faith in this. Like, not that I'm the best ever or whatever, but like I feel like I'm good at this and I love doing it, and I'm not trying to be arrogant. I'm trying to be confident and push my potential. So yeah, I'm going to release a crap ton of content, and I hope that somebody sees it and it grows. Maybe it'll take a year, maybe it'll take 2 years. I don't know. It's not going to be a daily grind forever. It's just, I feel like I have to do this portion of grind to get this thing off the ground. I don't know. I just believe that. So I'm going to try it. And it might fail, but I'll learn through that if I fail. So the bad thing that just happened to kind of hinder this plan before it even started is my car's engine exploded in Atlanta last week. And I'm at the point, like, I'm not going to let it bum me out. I got in a really, really bad car accident this past year, and it could have easily taken my life. And I just feel blessed that I'm not dead. So it's like, I didn't get in an accident. I didn't really, like, I got this new car for free. I loved the car. It was so fun. Good old Clark. He's a good boy. R.I.P. Race in peace, Clark. So I got to find a car, but the good news is Lauren is letting me borrow her personal car because she has a work car for her boss that she can drive. So I can still work for Postmates. The current thing is just finding a car. So I got to get a new vehicle. Some people are telling me that I should like just finance like a nice car, like a really nice car. So I might end up doing that. I just don't want to add extra weight to my bills. I'm trying to get all my expenses down as much as I can. But if I have to do that, I have to do that. It's fine. I'll figure it out. And I'm just praying about that and just trusting that it will work out. So that's where I'm at. And then the final piece of the puzzle is I'm going to launch my Patreon on March 1st. And there's going to be 3 tiers of bonus content that nobody else will get to see or hear unless you're a patron. So the tiers will be $3, $6, and $9. And I'll release a video on all the details of the tiers, but they're going to be really fun bonus content. And like I said, if you subscribe to those tiers, you get access to that content. Nobody else. Like, it won't be on YouTube. It won't be on iTunes. But there's going to be some really cool bonus stuff that I think people will enjoy, and it's monthly. So basically, Patreon is like, you choose to be a member of my Patreon, and you pay that amount per month, $3, $6, or $9. And basically, I use that money to grow this audience and grow this channel and make more content. and you get content and exclusive stuff in return that nobody else gets to see, which is really, I think that's a really cool thing. It's like you pay to get that art exclusive to you, and you become a part of this. Like I think there's so much community in that, and that keeps me accountable to create stuff for you. And the goal is to get to the point where Patreon and YouTube and my Amazon affiliate stuff, the goal is to get that to be my income so that I don't have to do Postmates, and I can still go on tour with my band and make content on the road that you guys can see. So the goal is to just create sustainable income based on my art. Because, dude, and I don't want it to end there. Like, I have plans beyond that, but this is like the major thing right now, this current plan. Because I have like ideas to create a TV show and put it on my YouTube channel at some point. Maybe. We'll see where this goes. I have to do this first. So I'm trying to stay present and figure this all out. But I'm going to really need your guys' support. Like, if you enjoy anything I'm doing, I don't want to be a salesman, but I'm going to really need your help. This is not me begging. I'm pleading. I don't know. That's pretty much it. That's all I got for you guys. I'm trying to see how long I've gone. So this is about 30 minutes. So I think this will probably end up just being a standalone episode, a little bit shorter one. And then we'll do a separate episode with my friend Christian. And I think we're going to talk about like our personal like mental health and like mental health in general, and like kind of where he's at, where I'm at, how we met, all that good stuff. Check it out on YouTube if you want to see the Triple B, the bald, beautiful boy, and myself, the 40-year-old mother, who's learning how to love her kids. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you in episode 11. Peace.